pushing ourselves too hard, purpose, and letting go. Why I'm stepping back for a breath. Welcome to Hearth Talks. I'm Diane Hatz. This is a YouTube video podcast where we talk about healing, transformation, and some of my writing, my indie writing and publishing. So I wrote a Substack a few days ago, and I thought I would turn it into a video because this is something that came out of me, but is very important to where I'm at right now. And I'm hoping that I can connect with other people who might be in the same position. I mean, I had more people than I thought emailed me after the article came out to say that they could relate and that they could completely understand. So let's talk about the space between our breaths and pushing and letting go. I've been working overtime on the fourth and final book in my Mind Monster series. These are the first three. And the first one I republished in 22, and then like 23 was the next one, and then 24 was the third one. And I wanted to get the next one out December 2025. And I'm working 50, 60 hours a week. I'm working until I'm in tears. Like I'm literally in tears of frustration because I'm just overwhelmed, stressed, but I'm pushing and I'm pushing. Got to get done. Got to get it done. And I feel like I spent a lot of my life with the just push through. It's going to be better. When I lived in New York City, in my apartment, I had in the living room this just big blank space on the wall. And I kept thinking, I'm not going to be here long. Ah, man, one day. Oh, better than that. I was given these china plates. They're from Japan. They're beautiful, and teacups, and they had dragons on them. And I had them up in my back closet because I didn't want to break them. Because my apartment, it's post-dorm, but I love my apartment in New York. So anyway, I got in my early 40s and I looked at it, I'm like, what am I doing? This is my life. What am I waiting for? So rather than push, I stopped. I have decided that the December 2025 book release I had been planning on is now going to be June. If I'm stressed still, closer to June, then I'm pushing it to September. I just can't. I can't justify the anxiety and stress I put myself under for why. So it got me thinking, like, why do I push myself so hard? Like, what am I trying to prove? When I was younger, when I lived in New York City, I mean, that's just the way it is. You're climbing a ladder. So I could understand it then, but I'm going to be 64 years old. To hell with the retirement thing. I mean, I am starting a new career, but I don't believe, I hear this all the time, like it's not working harder, it's working smarter, but it's also, I think, there's a point where you have to sort of just do what you can do and then let go. So I sat and I thought, why am I pushing myself like I am? And one of it is, I mean, I'm fear of homelessness, fear of running out of money. I mean, that's a valid concern for a lot of us, I know. So, and I have a fear of becoming invisible. I don't need fame and fortune, but I would like recognition and security. And I think, again, everybody deserves that. And I also began wondering, like, where do I belong? I, so another reason tied in with that is purpose. When I had my career, it's funny because I never really felt like I fit in, but that's an issue. It's an issue for a therapist or another video. But I never really quite like I fit in the food movement. Writing is what I really want to do. But I spent 25 years. I was successful. I was, I guess, comfortable, but there were unscrupulous people that spread vicious lies about me. There was a concerted effort to blow up my career. I found out years after the fact from someone who lived in New York that there were some people who were very jealous of my success and they were hell-bent on destroying me. And guess what? They did. And look, and I can say, oh, it's a blessing, because it is. It got me out of it kicked me in the butt. It got me out of New York, got me out of something I was comfortable in. It launched me into a whole new reality, which is great, but dot dot dot. I'm not there yet. I haven't hit that success. I haven't, I haven't, I don't feel fulfilled yet. So I'm still trying to figure this out. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like when I lost my career, I fell and I fell hard. I didn't know how to fight back. I'm what's called a fawner. I'm a former people pleaser. So a fawner is someone, no, the way I describe it is when you have a conflict with someone, you say, okay, how can we work through this? What can we do? And I would err on the side of someone who might be louder than me, because I avoid conflict. I think that there's a lot of this going on in our country right now. So part of what I'm trying to do is accept I am who I am. Um, and I think what's really important is to understand there is no perfection. There is no the concept of perfection doesn't exist. And I don't want to speak for anyone else. I have been striving for something, this ideal that's just not going to happen. Um, so I think that's a huge breakthrough. So anyway, since this happened in my career, just blew up. I've written these 3 books. I've had critical success, but not financial. I'm in the process of launching a women's network or a community for women or community. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if my heart's in it. I mean, this is one of the reasons I'm doing Hearth Talks. The network is called the Hearth Network. I would like to eventually do like retreats and events. I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. What I would like to do is to be a facilitator, not be like, I don't need to be out front anymore. I just don't. But I really would like to bring people together and to help people. I mean, this really leads to like the whole concept of purpose. Like what is my purpose? And I'm pushing, pushing, pushing. I'm not seeing anything, I'm lucky if I get 10 views on YouTube. I mean, it is what it is. And YouTube is a long haul. Writing is a long haul. I understand that. But then there's the reality. I have to pay the bills. I'm still okay for a while, but I have to figure this stuff out. So I don't have answers yet. Um, by pushing my book back till June, it's giving me chance just to sit back and to take a breath and to look for the space between the words, because I think that's where it's at. And it's hard to explain that until you if you meditate a while and just there's a gap. There's a gap between breaths. There's a gap between words. When you get into that, there's something there. So, I mean, bottom line is rather than fill my days, I'm going to let my days fill me. I believe that my pushing has been keeping me from finding my purpose because I'm frantically, gotta do this, I'm doing the audio book for Rock Gods. I got the YouTube show. I got the Substack. I've got book 4, which I'm at edit 7. I've got major things I have to do. I'm trying to do internal family systems. I'm doing a lot of healing work. I will at some point. It's funny. I've been hesitant. I've been doing plant medicine for almost 2 years now, and I want to start talking about my journey. I think I'm almost there. Just one tip. If you get into it, if you're finding it fun, you're not doing the hard work. Like if you've got stuff to work through, this is I don't know the right adjective for it. Not wildest, not strangest. It will be the most rewarding thing. It is becoming the most rewarding thing I've done. But it's intense. So, not trying to turn anyone off. Um, there are places one can go to do plant medicine. I don't want to get into it here, but I will be exploring that because I'm also doing internal family systems work, which is extremely important. I'm not an expert. I will talk more about that in the future, though, and try to give you resources on where to go. Hugely important. I just had some major breakthroughs. I mean, I now have to change the neural pathways and I have to do work on it. But what I'm hoping when a person like me is sitting around and feeling that I have no purpose, what makes it harder is when you don't have other people to share it with who are going through the same thing. So one of the reasons I'm doing these videos and the subtext is to try to connect with other people. It's, I mean, we all have to walk our own path, but it's so much better when you're walking with other people. It, like we all have our own journey. So I hope you will join me. Let me know how you're doing. And I don't know, let's figure this out together. Thank you. Have a great one, and I'll see you next time.